Do you ever find yourself staring at the ceiling at 1 a.m., mentally replaying that afternoon coffee or evening tea, wondering if it was really worth it? You're certainly not alone. In our always-on world, caffeine is a trusted companion for many, helping us kickstart our mornings and power through those midday slumps. But as the day winds down, a crucial question arises. How late is too late to consume caffeine without sacrificing our precious sleep? This isn't just about feeling tired the next day. It's about understanding a fundamental aspect of our well-being. Quality sleep is the bedrock of our health, affecting everything from our mood and memory to our immune system. And yet, the relationship between our favorite stimulant and our body's need for rest is often misunderstood. Today, we're going to gently pull back the curtain on caffeine and sleep. We'll explore the science behind how caffeine works, uncover its surprising effects on our sleep architecture, and finally help you navigate the often confusing landscape of recommendations to find what truly works for you. We'll cut through the hype and get to the evidence, giving you practical insights to make informed choices for better sleep. To truly understand how late is too late, we first need to appreciate what caffeine actually does inside our bodies. Think of your brain like a bustling city. Throughout the day, as you go about your activities, a chemical called adenosine starts to accumulate in your brain. It's like a natural sleep pressure gauge, building up and telling your brain it's time to slow down, encouraging sleepiness. Now, imagine caffeine as a cleverly designed key that fits perfectly into the locks meant for adenosine. When caffeine is present, it blocks those adenosine receptors. It doesn't get rid of the adenosine, it just prevents it from signaling to your brain that you're tired. It's like putting a do not disturb sign on the door, even though the mail is still piling up outside. This is how caffeine enhances alertness and wakefulness. But here's where it gets interesting and highly individual. Your body is constantly working to clear that caffeine out. This process has a duration known as the half-life, which is the time it takes for half of the caffeine you consume to be eliminated from your system. While the average half-life is somewhere between 3 and 7 hours, for some individuals it can be as short as 1.5 hours, and for others it might stretch out to a surprising 9.5 hours. And here's a crucial point often overlooked. Even after the initial stimulating buzz wears off, and much of the caffeine has left your system, its disruptive impact on your sleep architecture can persist for far longer, sometimes up to 12 hours or even beyond in highly sensitive individuals or with larger doses. This means that even if you feel you can fall asleep, the quality of that sleep might be significantly compromised. This brings us to the profound effects caffeine has on our actual sleep quality. It's more than just difficulty falling asleep, a phenomenon known as increased sleep onset latency. Caffeine significantly reduces total sleep time and efficiency, meaning you spend less time actually sleeping, and the sleep you do get isn't as effective. Perhaps most critically, caffeine significantly diminishes deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep. This is the stage of sleep that is absolutely crucial for memory consolidation, immune function, and cellular repair. It's our body's most restorative phase. Caffeine can make your sleep lighter and lead to more frequent awakenings, even if you don't consciously remember them, a phenomenon we call sleep fragmentation. So, while you might feel like you've been asleep, your brain and body might not have gotten the deep, restorative work they needed.
This is precisely why many people report sleeping just fine after a late-day coffee, yet objective studies often reveal significant reductions in this vital deep sleep. There's a real gap between our subjective perception and the physiological reality of what's happening during the night. You might think you're fine, but your body tells a different story. So, given all this, it's no wonder the question of how late is too late remains a hot topic, filled with varying recommendations and public confusion. You might have heard different guidelines from different experts, ranging from a minimum of 6 hours before bed, as suggested by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, to 8, even 12 hours, as championed by some sleep science communicators like Andrew Huberman. This wide range isn't necessarily contradictory. It highlights the significant individual variability and the different sleep metrics being prioritized. One of the most significant concerns in the public health space is the cyclical reliance on caffeine. You might use caffeine to combat daytime sleepiness, not realizing that the very sleepiness you're fighting could be a consequence of the caffeine you consumed the previous day, disrupting your restorative sleep. It becomes a perpetuating cycle, where caffeine is used as a crutch for sleep deprivation it might have caused in the first place. Factors like your genetics, age, metabolic rate, and even nicotine use can influence how quickly your body processes caffeine. Older adults, for instance, tend to metabolize caffeine more slowly. This means that a dose that might not affect a younger person could significantly impact an older individual's sleep. And of course, the dose matters. A small cup of green tea will have a different impact than a large, strong espresso. So, what are the practical takeaways here? While there isn't a single, universally applicable cutoff time, we can draw some general, evidence-informed guidelines. First, let's look at what the experts generally recommend. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine suggests avoiding caffeine at least 6 hours before bedtime. The CDC advises against caffeine use in the afternoon or evening. For those looking to optimize deep sleep and full cognitive function, some experts, like Andrew Huberman, push for an 8 to 12-hour abstinence period before sleep. But remember, you are unique. The most important step is to become a detective of your own body. Start by observing your personal sensitivity. If you're consistently struggling with sleep, try cutting off caffeine earlier. Experiment. If you typically have your last coffee at 4 p.m., try moving it to 2 p.m. for a week and see if you notice a difference in how quickly you fall asleep, how rested you feel, or even how your mood is the next day. Also, be mindful of hidden caffeine sources, not just your obvious coffee or tea. Many sodas, energy drinks, chocolates, and even some medications contain caffeine. Pay attention to the dosage. Higher doses will naturally have a more pronounced and longer-lasting effect. Ultimately, caffeine is a powerful tool, and when used mindfully, it can enhance our alertness and focus. But it is not a substitute for sufficient, high-quality sleep. Relying on caffeine to push through chronic sleep deprivation is a cycle that can have significant long-term consequences, impacting everything from your cognitive function and mood to your cardiovascular health. The good news is that scientific understanding of caffeine and sleep continues to evolve. Future research aims to provide even more personalized recommendations, potentially leveraging genetic factors to give each of us tailored advice on how much caffeine and when to consume it. Until then, the best approach remains self-awareness, informed experimentation, and a commitment to prioritizing restorative sleep. So, as you go about your day, empowered with this knowledge, I encourage you to listen to your body, make conscious choices about your caffeine intake, and give yourself the gift of truly restorative sleep. It's an investment that pays dividends across every aspect of your life. Sweet dreams!